comedian Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So it's only fucking 10 days until Christmas. How the fuck did that happen? It is fucking cold here now too. It's white outside, but today was probably the coldest day since I've been here. When the wind picks up here, it is a fucking nightmare. They reckon it gets way colder too. So I don't know what the next level of cold is because I'm wearing gloves now and my hands are still freezing. I'm still wearing shitty pants. I'm just wearing sweatpants. I probably need another leg layer, but the top is even a little bit cold and I've got 3 layers on there. So fucking looking forward to that. Besides today, I've enjoyed the cold. Today was a little bit rough though. So we're heading down to New York after Christmas on the 26th for a few days. I think like 4 or 5 days. One of my wife's friends is going away. They live in Brooklyn and they have a fucking dog and cat. And we said we'll come down and look after the dog and the cat while you're overseas, and we'll have a little fucking New York holiday. And that all sounded good until we got the instructions on what you have to do to look after a fucking dog. So apparently I have to get up at 6 o'clock so this dog can take a shit, and I've got to take it for a fucking walk. And it's not just to shit. He needs exercise as well. So it's got to be like a 40-minute walk so the dog can shit. And then I have to pick up its shit. And there's some other instructions about the collar it has to wear. And apparently it attacks children. So don't walk past children. And then it come home, feed it. Like, is this even a holiday? And then it's got to do another shit at like 5 p.m. So I got to take it for another 40-minute walk and shit. And then handle the shit again. And then that's just the dog. Apparently the fucking cat gets stage fright or something. So it's got to be in a room by itself so it can take a piss or something. These childless people and their fucking pets are fucking bananas. They had a dog sitter as well. We're actually replacing the dog sitter. We were like, yeah, we'll stay. Fuck the dog sitter off. New York over Christmas should be pretty cool. So the plan is, I think we're going to drive in. Although people have said don't do that. But I kind of want to drive in New York for a little while. Fucking like a movie. Cut off a fucking cab. Stick my finger at him, fucking wind down the window, fuck you. Does that still happen? Is there still yellow cabs in New York? I can't even fucking remember. So, yeah, that's the plan. I've got another plan tomorrow. I'm taking my son to the dentist, which is 3 hours away. So the fucking dentist in Australia recommended 2 dentists in Boston. I don't think he looked up Boston. I think he just looked up Massachusetts. But he's an orthotropic dentist, which is like a non-invasive dentist. It goes on like, he was like based on that mewing shit, that John Mew dentistry, orthotropics. And so he recommended someone, and it just so happens that they're 3 hours drive from here. So fucking 9:30 appointment tomorrow. Get up at like, I don't know, 5:30 and start heading bush, like right into the heart of Massachusetts with my son. Anyway, fuck, that reminds me, let's move it on. It's fucking that time of the week again. It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's Boyle time. So if you have a question you would like answered by one of the greatest minds of the generation, any generation, comedian, philosopher, waterproofer, Le Boyle, then head to my website, boylecomedy.com. You know the drill. There's a tab there for Ask Boyle. Click it, put in your deets, ask your question, then go, I think it's one tab over to your right, and then it's Fucked Up Fridays. Red alert, we need stories. Get them in. Do us a fave. Anyway, let's get to this week's Ask Boyle. So this week's Ask Boyle was sent in by Anonymous. But if you're a fan of the podcast, you'll probably remember a previous Ask Boyle from Anonymous. So here it is. So last year I asked you about what to do about a crush on a coworker. I completely fucking ignored you. So it was an emotional affair and I ended up asking for a divorce from my husband. I realized I was never going to get the emotional connection I needed with him and he wanted to live a different lifestyle. 9 to 5 bullshit and I might be living in a van soon. Anyway, on to my new question. I am depressed as fuck. My entire life changed. Not like I was happy before either, but I'm with the other guy and he also suffers with mental illness. He's my best friend, but right now it feels like neither of us can support each other since we are both in bad places at the moment. I felt alone with my ex and he was always there. Now I'm living alone and I really don't know how to be alone. It's like a different kind of pain. I haven't drank in over 4 years, but it really seems like a solution at the moment. Just live in my van under a bridge with a goon bag. I don't know. Help. Jesus Christ. Well, Anonymous, you have come to the right place. See, when you make hasty decisions like this, you sometimes dig yourself, well, most of the time, you dig yourself deeper into a hole. So now, like, it could be a little bit further to dig yourself out of this one, and you just need to mentally prepare yourself for that. If you had stayed with your ex, and even if he wasn't the right guy, but if you had stayed with him and then just like prepared yourself for the divorce and got your shit together and figured it out and then left your husband, it would have been a little bit easier. But instead you took the passionate fling divorce option, which I understand. I completely understand why you would choose that. The only problem is now you know that isn't the answer to your problems. So at least that's the one thing. That's the one good thing. Like, you don't have to look around and think someone's going to save you. No one's going to save you. Like, someone falling in love with you or you falling in love with someone, it's not going to save you. The only person who can save you is you. And that's a fact. Now, because you're coming from a little bit further back, you feel like there's not much further down to rock bottom. But the problem is, rock bottom is a bottomless pit. And there is many, many, many levels down. And if you want to go express down, you start drinking again. You move out of whatever fucking situation you're in, you start drinking and you start living in a van and shit's going to get fucking bad real quick. And then you'll be back here in another year going, I ignored you again. And now I don't even have a van because I got caught drink driving, lost my license, and like, I can just keep going. I can, the bottom is endless. So the thing you do here is you readjust your mind. You go, all right, I'm further down than I was before. So this is going to take a little bit more focus and a little bit more energy than it would have a year ago. But that's just because the hole's a little deeper and I just have to face that reality. I'm in a bigger hole than I was last time. The first thing you do is get rid of this dude. A couple of mentals bouncing off each other is not going to help. So just get rid of him. You already called him your best friend. That's not a romantic partner. That's just like, who knows what that is. That was just an excuse to leave your husband. The next thing, what would I do? The next thing you need to do is learn to be alone. So what would I do? I would do something alone that is worse than just sitting at home alone. I would go on some big monster nature trek just by yourself. Don't even tell anyone. Just start walking. Make it like a 20-kilometer walk. So you're just there by yourself in your own head and you're walking out the problems, but you're also alone and you're a little bit scared and you're looking around going, what the fuck am I doing with my life? But you're getting used to being alone, and don't use any fucking phone or anything. Just get out there and just start walking. Don't even prepare. Just take a backpack, some water, and fucking walk. That's it. Go somewhere where there's not going to be a lot of other people walking past you or anything. You want full isolation. So I would do that a couple of days a week for the next couple of weeks. I feel like if you did that, when you got home, you would be happy to be home alone by yourself. You would get back after that and go, that was fucking torture. At least I'm at home by myself now. This is great. Do you understand what I mean? And I don't even know if there's any point trying to figure out the next step after that, because historically you don't follow my advice. And you would have to do this first before I try and come up with some other shit for you. But I think that would be a good start. If you're worried about being alone, do something extreme by yourself. It's going to feel fucked, but I think you'll learn a few things. And especially getting out in nature by yourself, a big, long fucking trek, it will help you process the shit in your head, so you might lose a little bit of that. I think that's a good start. So if you do that, if you take my advice there, and you'd have to do it at least twice a week for maybe 5 or 6 weeks. But if you do that and it's not working, come back to me. And even if it is fucking working, come back to me, let me know how it went, and maybe we can think of something else. Anyway, just recalibrate. You're in a little bit of a hole, but fucking, it's nothing fucking crazy. Just don't start drinking again. Anyway, fucking, that'll do it for tonight. And I'll see ya the fuck later.